27.
Oh, the colors of Christmas. Reds, greens, blues, and golds. Makes me think of the beautiful selection of color gemstone jewelry we have at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. And they're all on sale at 60% off. Rubies, emeralds, sapphires, blue topaz, tanzanites, and many more. On sale now through Christmas at 60% off at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Have the perfect colors of Christmas under your tree this year and shop where Santa shops at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
East 15th Street, Panama City.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. Or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport. The best place in town to take a leak.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rates you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-708-3092. 800-708-3092. 800-708-3092. That's 800-708-3092.
Northwest Florida's home for college football bowl games. WGSX Lynn, WVLQ Port St. Joe.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Powered by Panama City Toyota. It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking...
with the first pick.
This is the last ball you got in the bag.
The Inside Drive. From college to the pros. Interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Silent night. Holy night. All is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
My mic was off the whole time.
But you were still singing.
I was singing.
And that's all that matters. You guys are listening to The Inside Drive. Jay Henley bringing us in with some Silent Night there on this last fun Friday of the year. You guys are listening hopefully on 104.3 in Panama City and Panama City Beach or 101.9 in Port St. Joe down there on that beautiful Forgotten Coast. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, that's where you can find us as well. Just search it up, ESPN Northwest Florida. Please like, please subscribe, please share, please follow, please comment. Interact with us every day. It's our last Friday of the year. I know we got a couple when we get back from the Christmas break. All three shows will be off next week. I think the Coach James Hale show is also off the New Year's week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But that New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I know there's some bowl games, so we'll keep you posted on all of that.
It's more of a silent day here in the radio than yesterday.
Oh, goodness.
Comparatively speaking, my gosh.
You should knock over a couple mics weeks just to make it feel like yesterday. No,
that was fun. That was fun.
They started off, pretty calm, but hey, once those sodas start hitting, they get a little bit crazy. No doubt about that. But yeah, it was fun to have some of the boys in the studio yesterday. We went to the UA championship game yesterday afterwards, and a lot of them were still talking about it and all that stuff.
That's cool.
Always a good time. Anytime we can get them in here, they do. And their takes, they've got great takes. Like I was saying yesterday on the show, like it's amazing how knowledgeable kids are in sports nowadays compared to when I was growing up. The only way you were getting your information then was either watching TV or getting a newspaper. You remember those, Jay?
I do.
I think they still exist. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But yeah, no, the kids, man, they just, and they love it. It's almost like because they need to know it, because when they get in an argument with their buddies, they want to be able to back it up with factual information. And it's so funny at practices and games and stuff like that. One of them will be wearing some kind of team and they'll just start all jawing at each other. It's what we do as adults too. I mean, it's why we have radio shows so everybody can debate, their opinions on sports teams. Looks like there's a bowl game about to get underway right now. Taggart was talking about Ohio yesterday. It looks like Miami of Ohio, and I forget who the other one is. But if you want to listen to games on the radio, this weekend is the weekend to do it. It actually starts this afternoon. No afternoon underdogs coming up. You've got at 2:30 right here on ESPN Northwest 40. You got the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. That's down there in Tampa. That is the Florida Gators versus the Tulane Green Wave. Again, kickoff at 2:30. You can catch it right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And then following that, it gets underway tonight, Jay. Make sure you watch it.
I will.
Will you?
I will.
Yeah, I will.
The back of my eyelids.
Right.
Hear that?
All right, so this is the first year, honestly, I can say, where I don't, like, the bowl season has begun, and I feel like bowl season starts tonight at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Do y'all feel that way?
I don't know. Memphis and West Virginia was a pretty daggum good game.
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt. I mean, yeah, it's I see what you're saying, though. It's almost like the college football playoff games are overshadowing the regular bowl games.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I've never really been that excited about all the regular bowl games before. Even when it was a 4-team playoff, I still kind of looked forward to those, New Year's 6 games. But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of great matchups, and there's another one that's about to start here on TV.
Ohio and Jacksonville State.
Jayville State. They were their conference champion, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Cool.
I forget who that was. But speaking of championships, got to mention last night was the middle school boys county championship in soccer, and I'll tell you what, great game there. UA ended up winning the championship with a 3-0 victory yesterday afternoon on the turf there at UA. Weston Moore, that's Garrett's older brother, he had 2 goals, and Fraser Sale had another goal. And a big shout out to keeper for UA, Jeffrey Ice. He played fantastic throughout the playoffs and throughout the season. They ended up going 13-0 this season, including the playoff games. They scored 61 goals and only allowed 2.
Jeez.
That's a pretty good formula for success when it comes to winning soccer games. No doubt about that. So currently, right now, the girls hold the Bay County Championship. They won it in the winter of last year, and now the boys on the soccer side are county champions as well. So University Academy holds 2 current county championships. So kudos to all the coaching staff, the Eagles, everybody else involved. Rumor has it I may be helping out with the girls team.
Oh, really?
We'll see.
Hey.
We'll see.
All right.
And it'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I haven't coached soccer in a little while, but I coached a lot of the youth soccer, young soccer, as Liam and Ryan grew up. Now, That's a little different ball game. That's more wrangling kids, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds. Can be a little chaotic at times. So looking forward to the opportunity working with some real soccer action.
Do you think stamina in soccer is like the number one thing? I know you got skills and stuff.
Well, I think it's very important, But I think also your hand or your foot-eye coordination is probably the most important. Your footwork in soccer, in my opinion, is paramount. You have to have good foot. And that's why soccer can be such a great sport for other sports like football, like basketball and stuff like that. Because if you've got good footwork, that lends to be pretty good for other sports and also for soccer. But watching the boys play yesterday, that was the first game I had seen this season, and they got a lot of talented guys on that field. And you can see a lot of future athletes, future varsity athletes that will be bleeding up into our high schools. So kudos to the UA Eagles for getting the county championship yesterday. And kudos to Surfside. They look good as well. Just UA, just a powerhouse when it comes to soccer. There's a lot of kids that play, Bay United, Florida Roots, that kind of stuff. And you could see it with their talent on the field.
Is soccer a bougie sport like golf, you feel like?
No. Golf is by far the bougiest sport.
I feel like soccer's pretty bougie.
Why?
I don't know. I just do.
I think I would say hockey is bougier than soccer.
You think so?
Yeah. From the whole...
Are we talking about the money spent being bougie, or are we talking
I'm not sure what his... what do you mean by bougie?
And I don't even know.
You just wanted to say the word bougie is what you wanted to do?
You got a list of words that you just got to get off before we're off for the rest of the year, huh?
Explain bougie, David.
Well, bougie is like uppity, if you will, pompous.
Yeah, pompous.
Yeah. So I would say that I think the money spent on, I don't know, because I've never played youth hockey or anything. I mean, we just played street hockey.
Your equipment in hockey is ridiculous.
Street hockey's bougie.
No, it's not. Game off.
Game on. When we first started playing, we started out with milk crates, right? We went to a hockey game. I never know anything other than video games about hockey, like NHL 94 or whatever, right? Didn't really...
The wraparound goal hack.
Yeah.
That was easy. Just go around the back of the net. The keeper gets stuck, and then you just bury it.
But we went to a Tampa Bay Lightning game, and I was instantly hooked. My dad got us a street hockey puck there at the stadium, and we came home, and we got milk crates. Like the next day is we had these plastic hockey sticks, terrible, absolute garbage. Next thing you know, we're like, Dad, we need to cut some lawns, because that's how, if we wanted something, we had to go cut a lawn and get it. So I remember getting I believe it was a Yarmer Yager. Coho.
Yep.
It was silver.
Yep, I can picture it.
Yes, sir. It was a plastic blade or whatever, because wood on concrete just doesn't work out too well.
Are y'all talking English right now?
And then someone
Coho
ended
is
up,
not English. No, it's Canadian.
Facts. Then someone ended up gifting us some rollerblades, like CCM rollerblades, and my brother got Bauer. And so we started there with skates, and then we would save up our money and buy other kids skates, because it would, that way everyone had skates, and then we would start wearing the wheels down. So it's like, all right, well, we're only going to use the first and the fourth wheel, we'll save these other wheels for later. We would lose the hockey puck, so we would crush cans or find dip cans out. And
dip cans is probably the most common substitute for a regular hockey puck.
And there you go. We didn't know any of this. We're Florida boys trying to figure it out. So then we upgraded from the milk crate to wheelbarrows when we started putting our catcher's gear on kids and saying, hey, go play goalie.
Hey, you get in front of that and you stop this putt.
And then we ended up making our own goals out of PVC pipe. I mean, it went from milk crates to, we had a big concrete, paved out area, and so we had 2 basketball goals on either side, spray painted, 3-point line, everything. My mom hated it. My dad thought it was awesome. And then we had the hockey court spray painted.
Wow.
That way.
Man,
so
that's awesome. You guys went all out.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, growing up playing hockey on the driveway, in addition to obviously playing hockey as well, that's some of my favorite memories growing up is playing some street hockey with some friends. Obviously, we always played on rollerblades, but we took it pretty serious. We had all the keeper, all the goaltender gear. We eventually, at one Christmas, I got a real hockey net, and that was kind of a game changer. It was a game changer for breaking windows, because hit the post a couple times, and it doesn't bounce bounce off a PVC pipe like it does a nice piece of metal. So,
yeah.
But man, good times. And my mom, we used to put my mom in the goalie gear and put her in front of the net, and she did good.
That's golden.
She did good. She did good. You know, 'cause we'd usually, you'd have, if you had somebody playing goalie, great. But if you had, an even number of people, you couldn't put the goalie in because then you'd have even an odd number of people playing against each other. So a lot of times we'd just put a couple trash cans in front of the net. But we had a unique setup because it was in New Jersey, so our driveway went up a big hill, but then at the top it was very flat, and there was a shed. So the shed was the backstop to the goal. So every several years, probably not as much as I should have, we'd have to paint the shed because there'd just be little marks all over it. But yeah, it was fun.
That's great.
You have to have a really smooth area to use a puck for street hockey.
Right.
A lot of times you saw the ball.
Right.
That's eventually we finally upgraded to the ball, yeah.
And there's
that anti-gravity ball.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. You used to get those at Champ Sports in the Rockaway Mall.
Sir.
Oh man, yeah, and you could really stick handle that ball very well. It didn't get stuck really on your stick.
Yep.
But yeah, man, those are some of the best times. It makes me want to go do it right now.
Right.
Oh, I wish, man. I know that we've got the rink right over there at the Navy base. Oh,
yeah.
I want to play. James, the guy who runs the board for us on Thursdays, he plays over there. He's a goalie.
I'd get out there and I'd try to skate fast like I used to, and then I'd be like very, very quickly because that doesn't hang around if you don't keep doing it. That's for certain. Is for.
But we'd act like it does.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And then be like, need a break? Take me out, coach. Take me out. But yeah, no, man. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Old Ford Ranger, my dad's truck. It was the penalty box. So when we would use that as the wall, we would hit him into that, and then if someone called a penalty on someone, all right, get up there for 30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
I can remember my dad too. He's left-handed.
Yeah.
So I would practice deflections by standing in front of the net, and he would shoot them. But he was left-handed, so sometimes he shot it a little hard, and because I would stand on the right side of the net, and I took a few to the face during that. But I got pretty decent at deflecting pucks as well, because that's a big part of the game.
I bet it is.
Big part of the game. But man. We took a nice trip down memory lane there. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. Oh, Jay Henley, did you watch any of the football game last night?
I did not.
Either did I, but I actually did some research and saw what happened there. A couple things. Obviously, that was a huge game for both teams. They're both still now in the playoff picture, but the Chargers, with that win over the Broncos, took a jump over the Denver Broncos because now they have the same records and they have the head-to-head win percentage. But I guess also what happened in the game yesterday is a little obscure rule that hasn't happened in a long time went down. So in this particular one-score game, right before half, one of the Chargers' scores came via a fair catch free kick. It's a version of a field goal, Jay, that a team can attempt after any fair catch. It's quite rare, as teams prefer usually to drive for touchdowns, and B, fair catches usually happen far behind field goal range. So last night, another wrinkle of that rule came into play. If no time remains after a fair catch interference penalty, an offense can attempt an untimed free kick. So Cameron Dicker the kicker, lined up from 57 yards with no time left in the first half and made the field goal, I believe, making it the first time in NFL history.
Second time. Well, not second time, but first time since 1976.
Ooh, it's been a while.
Which I believe it was the Chargers who did that then. Dan Fouts was, Al Michaels was talking about it on the Dan Patrick Show today.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The last successful fair catch kick was in 1976, also by a Chargers kicker, Ray Werschling. He hit a 45-yarder against the Buffalo Bills at the end of the first half. So that was an important kick because at the time it made it a one-score game. But unfortunately, the Chargers were able to continue to push the envelope in that second half and ended up winning that game 34-27. Needed one more Ladd McConkey catch for a parlay, and he sat there on 6.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
it was a threer. It was it was whatever the rushing prop was for Bo Nix, that hit the over. Javonte Williams only had 2.5 receptions. That was his prop, and he had several receptions. And then Ladd's was 6.5, and he ended up with 6. There's always that one leg that just doesn't end up standing. We got somebody on the line?
Yeah, old Travis.
Travis, how are you, man? You getting ready for the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl?
Yes, sir. I sure am.
That'll be fun.
I'm more ready for next year, though.
Yeah, you guys are getting pretty spicy, that's for sure, those old Florida Gators.
Yep. Got Dallas Wilson.
Yeah, he decommitted from where?
Not just decommitted.
Oregon.
Committed. Requested release.
Yeah. I wanted. That was one of the things I was going to talk about today, but since we're talking about it, what are y'all's thoughts on, players? Why even have a signing day anymore? Like, Dallas Wilson asks out of his signing papers with Oregon and plans to head to Florida. Be interesting to see what the university does. Do they hold him to that? Is we going to go down more legal things? I don't know.
Well, it depends on what you're coming out of. Like, so 2 years ago when Jaden Rashada did it, he did it because he wanted to get more money. That should not be a thing. But
is this not to get more money?
No. So the ESPN came out, and I guess you never really know, but he lives in Tampa. His whole family's in Tampa.
Gotcha.
And apparently he's got a sick loved one that he wants to be closer to and not that far away from.
We saw this a couple years ago, too, with a few different teams. I know Florida State had a player that was something similar to that, and I know it ended up getting
Florida
denied.
Did too.
Yeah.
And I think he went to Kentucky or something.
Gotcha.
Something like that. But, yeah, I think that it really has to depend on what you're transferring out for. If you're just doing it because I want more money, there has to be some kind of stipulation to that.
That's kind of the world, though, right now. That's why most people are committing to certain schools is because, hey, how much are you going to give me? All right, you're going to give me that much? I'll go there. So I would imagine.
And definitely. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I would imagine there's, and I get the being closer and all that, but I would imagine there's some of that going on as well. But again, that's just speculation. I don't really know.
You never know what the reason is, but I'm almost 100% sure that it was definitely not going to be money because Florida can't give as much money as Oregon does. Oregon's got that Nike deal.
Yeah.
If he wanted money, the Oregon way was the way to go. I really think that this is a totally different personal reason that, he's decided he wants to come back to Florida.
Yeah. Hey, and if that's the case, then I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the money side of things, too. We talk about it all the time. There's, a lot of people coming from situations that, poverty, not a whole lot of money, and, $2 or $3 million is completely life-changing for that family. And, I get it. I get it, but it's the world we live in right now with college football. It's kind of a who's the highest bidder, and if I've got that much talent coming out of high school, I've got an opportunity to make some. And it's like Quinn Ewers, it's probably more beneficial for him to go somewhere else this next year and get $2, $3, $4, $5 million versus if he ends up going in the second, third, fourth round in the draft. Those rounds you don't get nearly the same kind of signing bonus, so it actually might be more beneficial in twofold. For one, he'd make more money on NIL, and then two, he'll get more college reps and improve his draft stock and get up there a little bit more. But yeah, no, it's if you guys keep doing what you're doing, Florida's going to go. You guys are moving the needle very, very quickly, in my opinion. And like I texted you earlier when we were talking, maybe have an Auburn Florida SEC championship with how the recruiting and the transfer portal stuff is going. That would be pretty wild. Exciting.
That would be. But I'll tell you what, though, and like I told you, so imagine this: they're lining up at the line with Eugene Wilson, Dallas Wilson, Michael.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to learn that name.
Yes, you are. Yeah,
that's
like that.
Sounds
as good enough that I've heard, so we'll roll with it, Travis.
You got him. You got Jaden Ball in the backfield. And behind him is Webb. Like this, and to top it all off, you got DJ, which is
your glue that Billy Napier needs to hold on to the best he possibly can.
Well, DJ is a great passer. He's a great passer. But here's the crazy thing is with all these receivers, it's making it so easy that all you got to do is throw up the ball. We got 6'3", 6'4" fast receivers out there. You know, I think Eugene Wilson's going to be the shortest guy right now, but Dallas Wilson 6'3", the UCLA guy was 6'4", so there's two tall receivers that are quick. I mean, just throw it up in the air. Somebody's got it.
He's pretty accurate, though, too, so don't know if they just have to throw it up. But, hey, Travis, we got to take a quick break. Ran a little long there. But, yes, looking good over there in the swamp with the transfer portal recruiting classes. So kudos to Billy Napier, who most people thought would be gone this year, and look what Florida's doing. So, hey, Jay, just give people a chance.
That's right.
That's all you got to do.
Right.
You guys are listening to The Inside Drive. What Christmas song will Jay play when we come back? We'll find out on the other side of the break. You're listening to The Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
Albeit it's not your vintage Aaron Rodgers, he's averaging less than 5 yards a pass. These statistics, if you apply them to previous defenses, we should be competitive right now. Mm-hmm. The reason why we are not competitive is Zart, now ex-brilliant GM, deconstructed the defense, brought in a malcontent from the Philadelphia Eagles who clearly don't miss him.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Clear skies this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze out of the northwest at 13 miles per hour and look for the high to be 64. Tonight, it will be clear skies with the temperature reaching 40 and a blustery wind. Sunny tomorrow with a north wind around 11 miles per hour and the high of 55. Sunday, we'll have a high of 58 and sunshine. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Introducing Lucid Stream TV. Get over 2,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch local network channels from most major markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Lucid Stream TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200-plus entertainment and news networks, or watch 10,000 movies on demand, including recent theater releases. Just $42 a month when you use the promo code ESPNNW at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Lucid Stream TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Lucid Stream TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Lucid Stream TV logo.
If you're not scanning while the cashier is begging, we're judging you a little.
Why am I working at the grocery store now?
It's The Inside Drive with Ryan and Jay. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoors Studios at ESPN Northwest Florida.
David Lee Roth, Liza Minora, so does Jane Conn, Kirk Douglas, and the late Dinah Shore, who eats together the Carnegie Deli. Bowser from Shanana, Arthur Fonzarelli. Paul Newman's half Jewish, Goldie Hawn's half too. Put them together, what a fine-looking Jew.
Jay, I think that's you should record a cover of that song. Out of all the songs you played here on Fridays on the Inside Drive, you're the most comfortable and natural, and it just sounds fantastic.
It's my inner Saturday Night Live 1991.
I sent you a video. That was that 2 nights ago?
I think so, yeah you did.
It was the Christmas special of Saturday Night Live. I always love to watch that one and go down the memory lane, and Adam Sandler debuted that song.
He did.
He's obviously played it a lot of times since then. But we got to go to our phone line. It is most likely week 2 for you in fantasy playoffs as we are approaching the end of the NFL season. And also, he has moved up to number 1 in the Fantasy Pros rankings. Congratulations, Joe, sliding into that spot with just a couple weeks to go. So kind of where you want to be at this time of the season. So hopefully you have a good week this week and then finish out the season strong. Is there any type of, obviously it's a huge recognition thing. Is there any type of actual prize for that, or just obviously a kind of a big time, you can lay your stake in the sand with that one. Look, guys, I'm number 1. No big deal. Brush off your shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly just recognition, and I've always got that, that acknowledgement, right? But we do get a very large trophy from Trophy Smack. The guys over there. So the top 5 every year get like a 26-inch trophy. I believe the winner gets like a 56-inch trophy. It's like, it's like the old karate style trophy, man. Like, my wife is cringing at the fact that one might come home this year.
I hope it does. I hope it does, because that would be fantastic. So all the more reason to, it justifies everything you do in fantasy sports, and very, very, very cool. What's the highest you finished in the past? I think you said you finished second before?
So I have finished third twice, fifth once in the in-season. I finished second in the draft rankings 2 seasons ago.
Nice. So hopefully that massive trophy will be coming home to the Bond household after Christmas. And you'll have to send a picture if it does, because we would certainly love to see it. But hey, rankings are your thing. Let's talk about the rankings going into week, 16 now? Yeah, 16, 17, 18. That's it. Whew, crazy stuff. Yeah, let's just go through them real quick here, and we'll go quarterback, wide receiver, running back, and tight end.
Yeah, so you usually want my top 5. So top 5 quarterbacks this week for me right now: Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and I've got Kyler Murray up there at number 5 right now. I'm loving the matchup. I know he has not been playing great, but it's tough to go up a guy with the talent of Kyler Murray against a Carolina Panthers defense.
That's atrocious, yeah.
Daniels, you would normally put him up really high, but he struggled against the same Philly defense just a few weeks ago. So I do slightly worry about him, but he's right there too. But right now, that's my 5.
Yeah, I like it. Wide receivers, what you got?
Let me see. Where's my list? I don't know what just happened to it. Do it. Yeah, so wide receivers, Jamar Chase, obviously gonna lead the way there. He's going nowhere. I've got Puka Nacua, number 2, Justin Jefferson down at 3, Mike Evans at 4, and Nico Collins rounded out 5.
Oh, Nico. It's also Keith's dog's name.
It is.
But I think, yeah.
They both look alike, too.
Keith and his dog, or Keith and Nico Collins?
No, Nico, his
Keith
dog.
and Nico.
His dog.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Nico Fleming. Remember that name? No.
Can he catch passes?
He doesn't have any thumbs. It's hard to catch without thumbs.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got his dew claws still or not. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right, running backs, which are probably very important for a lot of people trying to advance to their championship matchups.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of changes at the running back position, which I think we'll get into it here a little bit. But I'm promoting Jahmyr Gibbs all the way up to the top. No David Montgomery. He's going to win people a lot of championships if you got this far with him.
Yeah.
Bijan at number 2, Josh Jacobs sitting at number 3 for me, Saquon Barkley at 4, and Chase Brown rounding out my top 5.
I like it. Yeah, with Montgomery done for the season, you just imagine, obviously, naturally, the touches are going to be up both in receiving and rushing. So, in your full PPR leagues, lots of points to be had there by Jahmyr Gibbs. And like you said, if you're lucky to have him on your squad, he might help bring you to the promised land. All right, last but not least, tight ends.
Yeah, right now, Trey McBride sits at number 1. I still got Bowers at 2. I'm kind of hoping that Aiden O'Connell plays. If he is ruled out, I might slide Bowers down. That offense was horrific with Desmond Ridder there. So that one could change. Jonnu Smith sits at number 3, George Kittle at 4, and I've got Hawkinson at 5. Laporta's kind of right there with him. They're super close, 5 and 6.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like Bowers and Aiden O'Connell seem to have that connection that's led to Bowers kind of the last 6-7 weeks really excelling all year, really. But, man, the Raiders just seem to be a quarterback short of really moving in the right direction. And, hey, that quarterback could be happening in the draft this year coming up. We shall see. At this point in the season, too, like, are you like, all right, you're never going to try to lose on purpose. That's also against the rules. But it's like, do you want to win some of these games when you're 2-10 or 3-11 and mess with your potential draft order? I don't know. That's it puts teams in a tough spot, puts organizations in a tough spot. All right, Joe, I know there's not a lot of people out there on the waiver wire, but is there anybody floating around that people may need to try to find that could give them some help in this much needed time of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think unfortunately, like we are dealing with some quarterbacks that are getting benched, some quarterbacks that are switching.
Yeah.
I think this would be more for like super flex leagues because it was some of these like bottom of the barrel guys anyway. But if you were in a league and you happen to be, having to rely on Kirk Cousins, which he did have a favorable playoff schedule, so I do know people that were going after him. If you need to find a replacement for him, Stafford is a guy I like. He's going up against the Jets, and ever since they fired Robert Saleh, their defense has been bad.
Did you see the Madden rating thing that came out about Woody Johnson and his kids?
That is hilarious.
That sums up the Jets organization in a one fact.
Yes.
What a mess.
And that's something I would never have admitted. But,
no.
Okay.
You're just making yourself look like even more of a clown. Not only letting your kids kind of, pull the strings, but pulling it off a Madden ratings, which, are usually fairly accurate. But then the other guy they didn't want to bring in either because of his awareness was too low, and he's ninth in the league right now on with your what's those Pro Football Focus, the PFF rankings. But anyway, didn't mean to interrupt you there. That reminded me of that particular story.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. On the other side of the field, though, Aaron Rodgers. I cannot believe I'm saying this name right now, but he has been QB9 the last 3 games.
Yeah, he's been a good DFS pickup guy or a guy to use because the last several weeks, and last week Devontae Adams went off with him.
Yeah, I believe. Keith Fleming comes on this show too, right? And he writes for us, and he's been recommending him in the last couple of weeks, and I believe last week too. And
he did last week. He was in his official.
So that was,
and he was very low cost. So that really allowed you to open up some other opportunities within your lineup.
At this point, Rodgers and the Jets, he knows they're not getting into the playoffs. He's like, you know what? I got my boy over here. We're going to go to Taco Bell at his house after the game. let's just throw you a couple touchdowns. This is what's going to happen. So he's checking out on all the runs. Breece Hall's hurt, so they're not really using him a lot anyway. I see why not. And the Rams secondary isn't anything to brag about. So why not? I think he's going to continue.
You can get chicken tenders at Taco Bell now. Did you see that this week?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Thanks for the plug.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, they're just trying it out. That's I know it's random.
Also, the McRib is back.
Yeah.
You got one, didn't you?
No, I'm not a McRib guy.
I've never, ever had a McRib in my life.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
David, I already know the answer. He's definitely had a McRib.
He's a McRib guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, if I was a betting guy, I would have bet as much as I had that he has indeed had a McRib.
I get one about once every 3 years.
When it's back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't tickle my fancy that much.
You're like,
if I'm in the drive-thru,
yeah,
if I'm in the drive-thru and it's like, all right, hey, it caught my eye, so then I get the McRib.
I just think of Marilyn Manson every time I think of McRib. I'm like, ugh.
That's a Jay comment if I've ever heard one right there. It's a good thing, too. It's on Fun Friday, our last Fun Friday of the year, which is insane to believe. All right, let's regroup back to what we were talking about.
Big rib. I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's just something about meat that they shove together to make it look like it actually has the bones.
Yeah,
it's pretty gross looking. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna pass. But,
we eat with our eyes. We eat with our eyes.
I mean, I eat with my stomach.
Well, your mouth probably, but
yeah,
it ends up down there in the old tummy. Question for you, Joe. I asked. We had half of our flag football team in here yesterday, and I was asking them the same question. If you are Andy Reid, if you are the Chiefs, if you are the ownership group, the GM, Patrick Mahomes looks like he's likely to play coming up this Saturday. What would you do? Would you allow him to play, or would you say, hey, man, there's just too much on the line for you to risk further injury out there?
I mean, I wouldn't play him. I mean, they've got, what, a 2-game lead for the number 1 seed at this point, right? And I know they would lose the tiebreaker against the Bills if they happen to get that far, but you've got to lose 2 out of 3 games. I don't see that happening with a schedule of Houston, Pittsburgh, and Denver. Houston hasn't been good. Pittsburgh without Pickens has been awful. And, I mean, Denver's been all right, but...
kind of feast or famine for him.
Yeah, last night was great in the first half, and then they just fell apart. So, I would say personally, I would give him a game at least. But look, we've seen it from Patrick Mahomes before. He comes out there and he just does crazy things. And I mean, it was last year in the playoffs. He was running around with a bum ankle.
Yep.
Like I don't know how he does it.
It's a good question. It's a good question. But yeah, I mean, I think the number 1 seed. It's kind of. I think that number 1 seed is so important for the AFC, for your home field advantage. The AFC is so top loaded with really good teams. I mean, so is the NFC this year. It's as good as the NFC as I've seen in a long time. But that number 1 seed, you let that go, you miss your first round. I mean, playing all your playoff games at Arrowhead is such an advantage, and I just think that that's more important and interesting to see if he is starting. But obviously, Hollywood Brown just noted he came off the IR yesterday, but he will make his debut this Saturday against the Texans. Also, the other point, they got to play a game on Christmas too. They've got these 3 games are so close together, and I don't know. I just hope it doesn't. Well, I kind of do, but hope it doesn't come back to bite them. In their playoff.
What do you mean, 49ers fan? You don't want
he's our kryptonite.
You don't want the Chiefs to win again.
He's our kryptonite. He runs down the sidelines and says, "Oh, don't hit me!" But I don't know. But I just want to win at least another game so far this year. But we'll regroup next year.
It's been bad, unfortunately.
And that kind of was going to bring. Did I put him on? What do you think about a legitimate play for Patrick Taylor, the Niners' 5th string running back? Obviously, he's going to be the featured back. Gurendo's got a hamstring injury. We've went through McCaffrey, Mitchell, Mason, Gurendo, and now here we are with Patrick Taylor. I mean,
I put him on this list here of guys to look out for if you're desperate for running backs. At this point, I would hope you have somebody better than Patrick Taylor. But I mean, hey, we've seen it a million times from the San Francisco 49ers team. Next man up. It seems to just work.
Yeah.
I don't quite get how they can do it. I have a little less faith in Patrick Taylor than I did Gurendo. But, I mean, he did okay in the short stint he had when Gurendo went out, a couple of games ago. So would it surprise me if he finishes as an RB2? Absolutely not. But I hesitate pulling the trigger on that one.
There's just not a lot of you haven't seen a lot of reps to feel completely confident in that.
No.
All right, Joe, we're going to go quick in this because we've had a little too much fun in this segment. Quarterbacks, start, sit. We'll go Michael Penix or DTR.
Oh man,
that's a tough one.
Let's go DTR first. First game for Penix. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Let's go Penix. They've got a really good matchup, and this guy can sling the ball. We've seen it before. He's got good weapons around him. Hopefully, they're going to give him a nice, easy playbook to work from. And I'll roll the dice with Penix on that one, but man, I hope he got better options.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Darnold or Burrow?
Oh, this one's close, man. I'm going to go Darnold. He's kind of on a hot streak right now. Jefferson and Addison just on fire right now with him. So you just hope, Aaron Jones doesn't steal the touchdowns again. But Darnold, I think Darnold's good.
There you go. Hurts and Daniels, I think I know which one you're going to go. And this based on your rankings, and you had Hurts higher, so I got to imagine Hurts over Daniels in that one.
Yes.
The running upside, the touches upside. All right, this is an interesting one. Bryce Young or Brock Purdy?
I will lean Brock Purdy. I do think they're going to have to, they'll probably lean on this run game or passing game just a little bit more.
I would think so, yeah.
Without their top
several players,
whatever it is. I've lost count at this point.
It's a lot. It's annoying.
And Devo's not doing anything.
Don't get me started on Debo. We don't have enough time for his
game.
Nonsense. Oh, gosh. Drop the ball in the middle of the field after you talk about not getting the ball. Oh, I just watched a kid from Ohio catch the ball in the same spot, and he held on to it and got a first down. Imagine that. All right, running backs. We'll dive into that real quick because I think I forgot to change the wide receivers. Joe Mixon or Bijan Robinson? I know Robinson's going to get a lot of action because of Penix being at quarterback.
Yeah, I'll go Bijan there.
And the Chiefs defense just swallows up.
Schedule too. So, Mixon's going to get slid down the rankings here the next couple of weeks, but he should still be okay, just not quite as good as he was early on this year.
Yeah, no doubt. That Chiefs run defense swallows up running backs, and they just don't. I think they're like less than 70 yards a game rushing to opponents, so pretty stout there. All right, Chuba Hubbard or Brian Robinson Jr.?
I will go Chuba. You got to love the volume he's going to get there, regardless. Yep. So that's a great place for him to be.
All right, two more quick ones. One running backs, one tight end. Jahmyr Gibbs or Saquon Barkley? I think I know the answer to this one.
Yeah, it's Gibbs. Hopefully, if you have both of them, you're starting both of them.
Yeah, if you got both of them, you're
top 5 options.
A lot of points. That's for sure.
I don't know what kind of league you're in if you're not starting both of them.
Yeah, right. No doubt. All right,
Gibbs is number one for me. Yeah.
Last but not least, threw in a tight end there. Trey McBride or Jonnu Smith?
McBride's for me number one. The volume he's getting there is just incredible.
The matchup's good
is great too. The matchup is good this week against Carolina. So give me some Trey McBride.
There you go. Joe, appreciate you as always. We will be back next Friday, so we'll probably not be on Christmas, or not Christmas, New Year's Day, but everything should still be good to go for next Friday. We appreciate your time as always. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and we will be paying attention to those Fantasy Pro rankings. Hopefully you can hang on to that number one spot. Nothing would make me happier to see you bring home that massive trophy and have to find a spot in your house for it. So, Joe, take care. Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you next year.
You guys have a good one, too. Bye.
All right, you guys listen to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
This just in.
Get the latest sports news, scores, and updates from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes action, live streams, and the chance to interact with your favorite hosts.
Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected.
Join the conversation on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Search for ESPN Northwest Florida and crush the follow button.
I follow you on social media.
We're always here to keep you in the game.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
Do you hear a squealing sound when you're braking? How about a clunking when turning? Shaking while under acceleration? These are all problems that Alford Tire and Service Center in Callaway can solve. With our friendly staff and trusted mechanics, we here at Alford offer a wide variety of services to keep you on the road and driving, which comes back with our nationwide warranty and easy financing options. Located in beautiful Callaway on Tyndall Parkway, we do it all at Alford Tire and Service Center.
Panama City Beach Winery. Since 2003, a unique award-winning wine tasting experience right here in Panama City Beach. Our wines are crafted 100% from premium fruit, citrus, and berries with no added sugars, flavorings, or grapes. Delivering the true flavors of tropical Florida in every bottle. Panama City Beach Winery proudly offers free wine tastings every day. Plus, you'll love the gift shop. Wine slushies and our private events are unforgettable. Panama City Beach Winery at the corner of Joan Avenue and Thomas Drive.
For the most complete NFL coverage.
And let's face it, all the great NFL quarterbacks have had mustaches.
It's the Inside Drive, live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
Joe Namath, Jeff Hostetler, Jeff George, Randall Cunningham, Mark Malone, Colt McCoy, Burt Reynolds, the guy from Barney Miller, Mike Farrell from MASH. The list goes on and on.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's windy in Chicago.
Windy City.
The kids are out of school. Yippee! There's magic in Motown. The city's on the move. Jackson, Mississippi.
We're traveling, y'all.
To Charlotte, Caroline. And all across the nation. It's a peaceful Christmas time.
Except for the drums.
Christmas in Dixie. It's snowing in the pines.
But not down here in Florida.
Merry Christmas from Dixie. To everyone tonight. And from Fort Payne, Alabama. Merry Christmas tonight.
Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Jay Henley on the guitar with some beautiful strumming and singing, Jay. I'm just waiting for you to cut the Christmas album. That's all.
I'm ready. I'm ready for David to
cut an album.
He's the songwriter and the singer.
We do it together.
Yeah, I know.
We do it together.
Yes, we can.
Get the Yanner in there, too.
That's right.
We got to find a Yanner.
I don't know what that is.
Keyboard.
Do you? Nice. He was talking about a piano.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Hey, not a banana. Not a banana. I don't know how much music we could play with a banana. We could try, but I don't know. You could use it to strum the guitar, I guess.
Oh, man. That would,
it might make your strings a little messy, but yeah. No, Jacksonville State just took one to the house. This is when I like to get in on these bowl games with the betting. Let the first quarter come to an understand, see how these teams are going, see where the line is, and then jump in on it. But, I wonder what the live line is. What do you think, Jay? Jacksonville State's down 14-7. What do you think the line is?
Let's see. Jacksonville. I would say it's -3 Jacksonville State right now.
-3 and they're down by 7?
Yeah.
I think I'll say Jacksonville State. I don't know about the spread line. I would say Jacksonville State is still favored. I'd say they're -115 on the money line.
All right. Ooh. Maybe you guys should jump in on Jacksonville State plus 13.5.
Whoa.
And they're 375 on the money line. I'm going to go ahead and take that 13.5 real quick. Live on
But Ohio, they put a whooping on. I forget. They played Miami of Ohio.
And they destroyed them. Absolutely. And they have the ball in it, 2nd and 4.
Wait, what's the money line on Jacksonville State right now?
Plus 375, so almost 4-1. Almost 4-1. But might wait till the end of the first quarter and see what happens.
The beautiful thing about live bet is you can wait till the end of the daggum
game. Give me 30 seconds left.
Yes, sir.
Make you sweat a little bit. Get you a little more. Oh, look at that running back. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Jay. College football playoffs start tonight. Are you ready?
I am. Next time you talk to Hard Rock Bets, have them, when you go out of state, have them at least see where you are in your betting thing. Like, you completely can't get on the app.
Yeah. I saw that when we went to Alabama over Thanksgiving. You got to get the bets in. You still can win those bets.
Yeah.
You just can't see them anymore when you go out of state.
You should at least be able to, see them or anything.
Take a screenshot.
Next time you talk to the CEO, just
I'll call him after the show.
Okay. All right.
See what we can do.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, it's college football playoffs going underway tonight, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. It is snowing in South Bend. You ready for that? Ready to see a little? Let me see here. Yeah, at 7 a.m. in South Bend, cars were already lined up to get to the tailgating there at Notre Dame Stadium. But the snow's coming down, a nice dusting of snow on the field already. I hope it continues. We shall see.
It's going to be like the Rudy situation when they're playing Tech. It was snowing then.
So there's Notre Dame Stadium in the field.
Beautiful.
There's a snowman. Somebody made one there too.
Wow.
So that'll be exciting, and I think that's kind of what you want a little bit. But I think 2 out of the 3 northern games all have a chance of snow. But here, let me get to it. I got it right here. I know weather forecasts change daily, so I know we've been talking about it quite a bit. But the Clemson, Texas game is going to be 60 degrees and sunny, so that's just going to be like a regular football game there for them. But yeah, I think 25, and obviously there's a chance of snow. It's snowing in South Bend as we speak. Just got a text in from a listener. Rudy was offsides.
Rudy was offsides. Yeah.
Also broke Jay's heart when he told him it was based on a true story.
I know.
And the actual plays were not the actual plays that indeed happened. But that's why it's a movie.
But when it says it's a true story and that doesn't say based, that means that's legit.
Based, they get some. They can have some director and producer freedom to change some of the things to make it more entertaining. Because probably if Rudy doesn't get out there and get that sack, the movie probably doesn't have as big of an impact on people as if he didn't.
Whoa. We have talked about this, and I have forgot this, but that didn't happen?
The sack?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Man.
We're going to find out.
Oh, boy, this is not good.
I know. I hate to break your heart on
this.
This
is not good. I mean, he got carried off the field. He was the only player to get carried off the field ever. I want to say in Notre Dame history. I mean, that was the closing remarks of the game. But
being easy, just what actually happened with the Rudy story, I guess, would be the real question.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, in the movie, he indeed looked like he was offsides a little bit there.
Yeah, if we really want to burst Jay's bubble.
Burst it.
Here we go.
We've got 13 differences of Rudy in real life and
this is the
Rudy
story that our
movie.
listeners are waiting for. So.
All right, some major differences between the movie and reality.
Sorry, Jay. You want me to get you a couple tissues before?
Right here at Christmas time.
Yeah, this is the gift
right here at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Would you prefer me to start at 13 or start at 1?
Just go ahead and just rip the Band-Aid off.
All right, let's do that. Rudy wasn't the youngest sibling in a large family. He was the oldest.
Ooh. His heart's already broken. It's already cutting deep.
Put your headphones back on, bro. You got to hear this. This is for you,
Yeah,
okay?
this is 100% for you.
Number 2, he enlisted in the Navy after high school, and while he had jobs on campus at things like a camp retreat counselor, his VAGI bill benefits paid for much of his Notre Dame education. The movie chose to omit this.
Okay. That's a one-up. I kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, his family
He was
fathering.
supposed to be struggling financially, and
never mind.
But he was getting paid by his GAVI stuff.
His family, including his dad, was actually very supportive. His brother didn't steal his girlfriend either.
Oh, that's actually a positive.
That is a
You can
positive,
feel better
right?
about that because that was sad.
Yeah.
But in fact, he didn't steal his girlfriend.
Number 4.
Ooh, this is good stuff.
He didn't have to sneak into the football stadium to sleep. He was actually dormed for a while in Moreau Seminary under a program for similar older students. On-campus dorms were age limited, and as a veteran with a few additional years work experience, he was too old for on-campus housing and later lived at an apartment in the JACC as an upperclassman. Number 5, the admissions storyline was mostly fabricated. His high school grades were so awful that they said he would need 4 good semesters at Holy Cross first to even stand a chance at Notre Dame admission. After his dyslexia was diagnosed, he got tutoring and his grades improved. So he started applying for transfer anyway. Admission was unconvinced, but when he finally had 4 semesters of good Holy Cross grades to show, he was admitted.
Okay.
Number 6, he didn't actually sneak onto Football Managers without a Notre Dame student ID so he could paint helmets and such. Those roles are actually quite competitive and they don't struggle to recruit. You can even earn a scholarship this way.
Wow, you can earn a scholarship by being a helmet painter?
How about that?
You got to be good at painting, though. That's tough. That's the
very
hard part.
true.
That is the hard part.
He did, however, sneak into Bingo Bouts boxing tournaments as a Holy Cross student, which was where Rudy, the chant, Rudy, where that chant actually originated. People thought it was hilarious that the stout Navy veteran was pummeling the crap out of 18-year-olds. Number 8, although he was shorter, he was pretty stout and wasn't super undersized at 5'6" and 185. Sean Astin was a lot smaller than the actual Rudy. Number 9, he didn't lack in athletic abilities. He was good enough to make the practice squad on his own merit. He wasn't just picked for his heart.
Okay.
All right. Number 10, Dan Devine was quite supportive of walk-ons and entirely amenable to the idea of dressing him and putting him in on senior day when it was proposed. The rest of the turning in jersey scene never happened, and Devine was actually quite upset about it. Number 11, Rudy actually got in before halftime on a kickoff or punt return. The author of this, whoever wrote this, doesn't remember, before being put back in again in the final minutes. Number 12, if you check the archives, there was clearly no profile in either the Observer or Scholastic that prompted the student body to begin chanting his name. And finally, number 13, he was carried off the field, but it was mostly as kind of a joke, letting the guy have his minute of glory after a sack that was borderline unsportsmanlike, since the outcome of the game was no longer in question and Tech was just trying to run out the clock. Joe Montana was a teammate and said in interviews he was quite annoyed about how it was portrayed in the movie.
So he did, in fact, get a sack, but he got carried off the field because of...
The whole movie was a lie.
Yeah.
It was based on a lie.
Yeah. Not based on a true story, based on a lie. You okay?
There was a true story.
Yeah. You okay?
I still believe.
Hey.
I'm 44 years old and I still believe.
That's your right.
Rudy is the man, the myth, the legend.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. But I do know we have to take a quick break. You guys are listening to the Inside Drive. Didn't have that one on the planned docket today, but I loved every minute of it. When we get back, we'll talk some afternoon delight debriefs. You listen to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The remainder of the day, clear and a temperature of 64 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northwest. Clear skies tonight, a blustery wind and cool near 40. Sunny and 55 tomorrow. 58 and sunshine with a light breeze Sunday. Monday, mostly sunshine and a temperature about the same at 61. Mostly sunny Tuesday with a high around 67. This is your Friday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
Northwest Florida's home for college football bowl games. WGSX Lynn and WPLQ Port St. Joe.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Powered by Panama City Toyota.
Dat Cajun Place is your LSU and Saints football headquarters. Saints and LSU fans, wear your team colors and score a free Jell-O shot when your team scores a touchdown. Only at Dat Cajun Place. Get $5 pitchers on select draft beers during all live football games. Catch all the games at once with the NFL package on 27 large TVs at Dat Cajun Place. And the best wings on the beach. The locals' favorite, Dat Cajun Place.
And now, the afternoon delight debrief with the three degenerates from the Inside Drive. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
Afternoon delight.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold, dark night when everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And we know the night is always gonna be there anyway. Thinking of you's working up my appetite, looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together makes the sparks ignite, and the thought of loving you is getting so excited. Skyrockets in flight. Afternoon delight. No. Only local sports talk radio show in the country that sings and plays Afternoon Delight coming into their second hour. I'm willing to. That's not based on a true story. That is fact.
That's fact.
That is fact right there.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
now should have jumped on the 13.5. Jacksonville State just got the ball back, but it's down to plus 10.5 as well. So, it's three points in just one change of possession there. So, hey, but the thing is, you can wait. See what happens. The beauty of live betting. Jay, I feel like we haven't done an afternoon delight debrief probably since Tuesday. With Wednesday we had Keith. Yesterday we had not all, but 7 of the Dynasty boys here.
Missing 4?
Yeah, just missing 4. And who knows? Maybe one of the days in New Year's week we'll see if we can get a few more back on the show. All right, you got any Jay Henley?
Let's see. How about, you remember Daniel Stern?
The guy from Home Alone. Yep. He's a farmer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, so now he lives a peaceful life on a farm. Daniel Stern, best known for playing Marv Merchants, which I didn't know his last name was Merchants in the movie.
Marv and Harry.
Yeah, Marv. The bumbling burglar in the 1990 holiday classic Home Alone has left his fictional life of crime far behind. Stern now lives a quiet, artistic life as a cattle rancher and a sculptor, a major departure from his days as one half of the mischievous Wet Bandits.
The Wet Bandits.
The Wet Bandits.
What was it in Home Alone 2? What was their nickname in Home Alone 2?
The Sticky Bandits.
The Sticky Bandits.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Stern's website reveals his journey from a high school dropout to a Hollywood actor and eventually to his current lifestyle. I was a terrible student, but excelled in all things artistic, he shared. After achieving success in show business, Stern made a life-changing decision to focus on his family and creative passions, stepping away from the frequent travel and the film industry. These days, Stern shares glimpses of his farm life and artwork on social media with 88,000 followers on TikTok and nearly 25,000 YouTube subscribers. He has a devoted online audience. Many fans humorously reference Home Alone in the comments, with one writing, "Nice place, Marv."
Marv! Harry! I haven't watched that this Christmas season yet.
What have you watched? Have you like Christmas Vacation?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to look far to find that one.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But yeah, no, I haven't watched Home Alone. Watched Elf. Always got to watch Elf. That's still one of my favorite ones. And we talked about the scene with the Santa Claus action and all that stuff. Couple, these aren't really afternoon delight debriefs, but a couple fun facts. The 2001 Miami team would have gone 8-4 if the offense never scored a touchdown. 8-4. One of the craziest college football stats of all time.
True.
They would have went 8-4 had the offense never scored a touchdown. But they did, in fact, score 50 touchdowns that season. But pretty crazy. Take all those touchdowns, but I guess they kicked enough field goals that they would have also went 8-4.
That's crazy.
Another cool one, in 2013, Florida State, all starting 22 were drafted to the NFL. And also that Miami team in 2001, Frank Gore was the 4th string running back on that depth chart. So just a ridiculous football team there. Again, this isn't really an afternoon delight debrief, but did you see where they ruled that junior college athletes will now maintain 4 years of NCAA eligibility? What do you guys think about that?
Well, so I read into this a little bit more yesterday afternoon, and so what it was is Diego Pavia, right? He won his lawsuit against the NCAA, so he was granted 2 more years of eligibility.
But the NCAA, I think, can still protest that ruling.
Yeah, they can appeal it. Right, they can appeal it still, and so we'll have to see. But this is not a grand scope thing.
Yeah, it's just
that's
for him.
how everyone was portraying it yesterday. Yeah, and so I was like, oh, excited. We got to talking about it on the Afternoon Underdog. So while we're doing that, I Google into it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is actually just for Diego Pavia, but he's the first one, and I imagine that once one case wins in the NCAA, if they don't appeal or don't win their appeal,
I think it would be a rule that blankets everybody. But it was Judge William L. Campbell ruled that Pavia can begin preparations for the 2025 season after the NCAA's existing rules would have exhausted his eligibility. Pavia played 2 seasons at New Mexico Military Institute, 2 at New Mexico State, and is currently, as we know, on the Vanderbilt Commodores. Pavia argued that the NCAA should not be allowed to count Pavia's New Mexico Military Institute years against him, since New Mexico Military Institute is not an NCAA institution. Wednesday's ruling is a landmark moment, not only paves the way for all junior college players to gain again if the NCAA does not appeal it and indeed win that appeal. But hey, if that does hold true, that could make JUCO football even bigger and even crazier. That's for sure. A lot of opportunities then probably for people to go to JUCOs and then get 4 years. So hey, the 23, 24-year-old player in college football, if this holds true, I think we'll still see that potentially going forward. You spend 2 years at JUCO ball, you transfer to a Division I, you play 4 years there. I mean, you could be 23, 24, maybe even 25 years old. But it seems like every day there's some new thing coming out that it just seems like just snap decisions. A lot of snap decisions. Jay.
Yes.
The best selling sports video game of all time in the United States of America. Do you know what it is?
Sports, man. Madden 95?
No. You're so far off, it's not even.
NCAA football this year.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct, because I said you were so far off.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what was the biggest selling? You're never going to get this. David might. Prior to EA Sports College Football 25 becoming the best-selling sports video game all time, it surpassed this video game. And I know you're not going to know it, but David might.
Is it a sports video game?
It is, yeah. And it's not a football video game, so it's a hint.
All right, I'll go with, is it a certain year? We're looking for a specific year?
Yeah, it's yeah.
And
during COVID?
It's close. Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah. The year, yeah.
So, NBA 2K21.
If Liam was here.
Wow.
Yeah.
But see, I would never have guessed that year unless you said COVID, and I was like, oh, that actually is a good point. Yeah. 2K is one of the more popular video games as well. So.
Especially on the NBA side of things.
Oh, it's like, I don't even know if they still make NBA Live.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, they surpassed, and this is in regards to dollars, not necessarily number of copies sold. But yeah, EA Sports College Football 25 has become the best-selling sports video game in history in dollars, surpassing NBA 2K21. Yeah. So there you go. I mean, in our consensus yesterday with all the kids, I think there was a couple that said Madden, but the majority of them were college football.
Yeah.
And it's, when you bring back something that's been gone for 10 years, you got that nostalgia factor and you've got that pent-up demand.
Yeah, most of the kids were just 1 year old whenever. Yeah. Or 1 year old.
Yeah, yeah. We blew Liam's mind. He's like, there was college football games before this one?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, there was quite a few. There was even some in the 90s, which I had no idea about.
Yeah.
Just that Madden brand obviously was was taking precedent in that one. That's for sure.
I was going to ask, in that NBA 2K21, when you're shooting, do you just hit a button, or is there an actual shot that you have? Do you have to like hit a button a couple of times to like make a good
There's
shot?
different. You can set it up different ways. You can do it just to hit the button, and but the way that everyone else, the way that most people play it, there's a meter, and so whenever you hit the button, the meter comes up, and then you want to get it in the green.
Gotcha.
And then, after you make the shot, and it's a perfect green, you say green light.
Green light.
Yep. Green light.
Swish.
Do you remember, so in double dribble, there was this halo that would bounce up and down on the goal, and you had that halo had to sit on the rim. Do you remember that one?
I don't remember double dribble, no.
I remember.
I would never play a game that is telling you to break the rules.
To commit a infraction.
Well, they ain't going to call it NBA, I can tell you that. I've seen more travels this year than I have ever.
They call it double dribbles, though, which don't happen very often. Just one hand, Jay. Just one, not two.
I got you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Two-hand works sometimes.
When you're going up to dunk it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to dribble with two. No. That's an issue. It's an issue. Most refs will call that on you. Not all, but most. Yeah. Most. You got any other ones? I just had kind of some fun facts there.
I'm tapped out for 2024, Ron.
Come on.
I'm tapped out.
That's nonsense.
Are you tapped out?
Getting there. Getting there. And with that, just a reminder, we will not be live next week. We wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas. Almost perfectly spherical egg auctioned for $250. This was from December 19th. An egg bought from a supermarket was donated to a British charity and fetched $250 at auction due to an unusual feature. It's almost perfectly spherical shape. The egg was originally found in a dozen bought from a grocery store in Ayrey, Scotland, and was purchased by Lambourne, Berkshire, resident Ed Pownell, and for $187 from auction house Thomas Roddick Cullen. Powell, who said he bought the egg on an impulse after having a few drinks, donated the egg to the Iuventus Foundation, a charity that supports young people in Oxfordshire. I've said Oxfordshire before, doing an afternoon delight debrief. The charity group sold the egg as part of a fundraiser auction on website 32 Auctions. Excuse me. Foundation official Roz Rapp said the auction, which included bidding on dozens of items, raised a total amount of $6,250 for charity.
The egg.
Perfectly spherical.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put that one on the counter. It'll just roll right off if your counter's not level.
It's kind of like in Willy Wonka when they would put the egg on there, and then if it was a bad egg, it would drop down.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I always talk about Willy Wonka.
It's your favorite.
It is. Yeah.
Varsity Blues and Willy Wonka.
There you go. That's it.
Football
and Rudy.
And Rudy. Yeah.
Rudy.
Football and chocolate.
Right.
Kind of your thing.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing about this egg, it's not going to last forever.
No.
Eggs go bad.
And how much was it?
$250. Nothing crazy. For a perfectly spherical. Now you're going to be looking at your eggs next time you buy it.
Right.
How do you tell it if an egg is hard boiled or if it's not hard boiled? I guess.
Shake it.
Shake it.
That's what I would have said.
I don't know.
You can spin it. A hard boiled egg will spin. A egg that has not been hard boiled will not spin because of the liquid inside of it.
Sort of like wobble.
Yeah, it just doesn't spin a whole lot. So if you ever hard boiled eggs, you can't remember if those are hard boiled or not.
Yeah.
You can spin it. Doesn't spin. Centrifugal force is better when you have a center of gravity. But that egg, it's liquid. It's kind of like, I think you're talking about the zero gravity hockey ball.
Yeah.
Similar. That thing would fly fast.
And it would hurt, too.
It would hurt. It would hurt.
And if it's a good or bad egg, you can get a cup of water. Yeah, a cup of water. Mm-hmm. Yeah, get a cup of water. And then if it goes belly down, then it's bad. If it stays belly up, where the point is looking up.
What's the belly? Yeah, I need more context.
Yeah, like if the pointy end is pointing down.
So how do I know if the spherical egg is good or bad? I guess I wouldn't.
Well, you wouldn't want to break that if it's going to make you money, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So the wider part of the egg, if it's good, that floats to the.
It'll float up top. Now, if it's a bad egg, it'll just sink. It'll sink to the bottom.
Okay.
And I've had to do that, because the best buy date is, typically an egg's good for another 3 or 4 weeks
They'll
after
last
that.
a long time.
Yeah, they will.
Obviously,
they
you want
will.
to keep them refrigerated too.
Yeah.
Don't last as long just sitting out. But
yeah.
No, look, we're facts about eggs today here on the Inside Drive. Oh, goodness gracious. I think you can stand them straight up and down too on the equinoxes, the autumnal and the vernal. Because the way our access is with the earth and gravity.
Right.
I think you can do that. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure you can. Pretty sure.
We'll try it.
Yeah, hey. It's going to be a little while till our next one. But let's see. We haven't done one in a while, so there should be all right, let's find. Here's one. Barbecue company cooks up to 655 pounds of chicken wings. A barbecue grill company celebrated its 50th anniversary by cooking up a record-breaking 655 pounds and 12.8 ounces of chicken wings in Georgia. Big Green Egg celebrated its 50th anniversary at Eggtoberfest, an annual grill expo in Lawrenceville. Do you know where Lawrenceville is?
Right outside of Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Everything's outside of
Yeah,
Atlanta, it seems
true.
like. By assembling a team of barbecue chefs to cook up a gargantuan serving of chicken wings on 47 of the company's extra-large Kamado-style grills. The wings were slathered in Egg's famous wing sauce, named for company founder Ed Fisher, before being cooked and officially weighed by the Georgia Department of Agricultural Personnel. The weighty wings were enough to take the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest serving of chicken wings, again at 655 and 12.8 ounces. The wings were served to festival attendees, and the remainder were donated to local charity groups. Favorite chicken wing sauce, Jay?
Yeah. Just mild. Nothing.
Just mild, nothing crazy.
Mild, nothing too crazy.
You don't like to live on the edge?
Now, are you a flats or a drum kind of person?
I don't care.
I'll
eat either one.
Now, how do you eat that drum? Do you eat it from like the
I hold the small end of the drum and then eat the big end of the drum and then go down.
Okay. So you don't take the
flats though. I'll do the pull.
Yeah.
I learned that when I was younger from somebody who could eat chicken wings very, very fast.
Right.
Yeah. David Hayes, favorite wing flavor?
Oh.
You can give me two. You can give me two because I'm gonna give you two. So.
It's probably like mayonnaise.
No.
Mayonnaise flavor. You just dip the wing.
If I'm making the sauce like Frank's Red Hot with a little bit of butter in it,
Yeah,
I like it to be hot. Obviously, like just regular buffalo is always good, but if I'm doing, I like a mango habanero is really good. Also really good is garlic parmesan. So I'll go garlic parmesan and just like I don't want it to be mild. Like I want it to be hot.
Like like a spicy buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about dry rubs? You guys like dry rubs on your wings?
I like mine wet.
Wet.
I like it wet.
Yep.
Wet wing.
Wet and
I do
naked.
like lemon pepper, but I also like lemon
Ooh,
pepper as
lemon
a
pepper's
flavor
good.
in general.
Yeah.
Big fan of lemon and pepper.
Yeah.
But
Those are good.
I just put pepper on lemon and eat it.
That's it. That's it. Gotta watch out for that enamel. That's all.
The enamel.
It's those lemons, all that citric acid.
It will help you lose some weight though too if you can do some lemon.
Yeah, I eat the whole rind and everything, like the peeling and
It's
everything.
like an apple.
Yep. Dadgummit, boy. Put the whole thing in my sweet tea. Feel like Arnold Palmer on the first tee.
See, there it is. There it is.
That sounds bougie.
that sounds dumb to me. Yeah.
Here's one for you, Jay. 106-year-old woman stays young with positivity and Fireball whiskey. December 17th, the woman who celebrated her 106th birthday at her retirement home in Ohio credited her long life to a positive attitude. I can get behind that.
Yep.
And a love of Fireball whiskey. But Fireball whiskey's only been, around for like the last 15-ish?
Isn't that like a wine-based whiskey?
Yeah, that's why you see it at grocery stores. Yeah.
Well, we had Goldenschlager back in the 90s with the actual, the
Gold Flakes?
The Gold Flakes. I mean, we didn't have this. So, anyways, keep going.
Yeah, Goldschlager, yeah. You had that Red Hot, too, that cinnamon whiskey.
Yeah.
But Florence Hackman, who's nicknamed Fireball Flo, that's a great nickname, after her love of the liquor led to the manufacturer sending her complimentary bottles and merchandise for her 105th birthday, turned 106 Monday at the Traditions of Deerfield Senior Living Facility in Loveland. I just try to be nice to people and try to go one day at a time. That's all. we should all do that, no doubt. Hackman said in a post on the Traditions Deerfield Facebook page, if you get that one day in, you can go on to the next one. So that's what you've got to do, one day at a time. Think what I've got to do today. You've got to keep moving as long as you can. The retirement home said Hackman still attends daily happy hours with her friends and closely follows her favorite sports team, the Cincinnati Bengals.
How about that?
Positivity and fireball, Jay, the key to long life. I'm anxious to find out. Aaron Beard will be coming up next, and they've got their first submission that has been sent into SGC, as they are, an authorized SGC, not dealer, but that you can send in submissions through them. Anxious to see what some of these cards that went in got rated and how that affects their value. Aaron Bearden from Instant Replay Sports Cards coming up next.
Your home for college football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
College football bowl season continues today. First, it's the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl with your Florida Gators versus the Tulane Green Wave. Kickoff at 2:30. Then round 1 of the college football playoffs with Indiana at Notre Dame. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on your home for college football, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The remainder of the day, clear and a temperature of 64 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northwest. Clear skies tonight, a blustery wind and cool near 40. Sunny and 55 tomorrow. 58 and sunshine with a light breeze Sunday. Monday, mostly sunshine and a temperature about the same at 61. Mostly sunny Tuesday with a high around 67. This is your Friday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's alive! Look alive! We're alive!
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Train down to the station. I don't care where it goes. Gonna climb a mountain, the highest mountain road. Gonna jump off, nobody's gonna know. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman doing to me?
All right, I take it back, Jay. That and the Hanukkah song.
That was really good.
That was probably the Hanukkah song. I just like the funniness of it too. But that was probably your second best song you've played since you've been playing the guitar here on the
Go
Inside.
climb that mountain.
You
Take that freight train, baby. Just do it.
You just felt comfortable. Felt comfortable letting it rip. But yeah, it's Friday, our last fun Friday of 2024, and we've got, as we always do on Fridays, Aaron Bearden from Instant Instant Replay Sports Cards on the line. And we've got a lot to talk about on this Friday. Jay, how many days till Christmas?
Oh, boy, 5, 4, 5.
4 or 5, depending on how you count today. If you count today, if you don't count today, I always wonder about that. If you count the day, if it's halfway over, or you're officially moved on to the next
right.
day. I don't know. But if that 106-year-old lady, Positivity and Fireball, she said take it one day at a time. But if you're looking for some of those Christmas presents out there, you got to get on down to Instant Replay Sports Cards. But Aaron, I know we want to talk a little bit about, we mentioned it on the show, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago, don't know how long it's been, but you guys became a CGC authorized dealer, which it's a huge advantage for your customers. They can bring their cards in. You can help with that submission process. They don't have to do it on their own. And you guys got your first submission back. Tell everybody a little bit about that. And also, let's dive into the value of these cards, what they are, obviously raw, ungraded, but then getting them graded and getting a good grade, what that could mean for the value of those cards.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Started getting our first submissions back from CGC this week. We got 2 in, and we've got more that are in the process of being graded, and probably will get shipped back this coming week. So, just getting a good turnaround going, getting where we're getting stuff out and in pretty much every week. So it's fun to see them come back, see what kind of grades they get, particularly for the customers, to see how it increases the value of some of their cards. Some of them just, really, really big time. We had cards in this shipment that just came back where we're talking about increasing values, $400 or $500 per card or more for some of them.
Yeah, talk about some of the cards that, you sent me some pictures of them, and see a couple 10s here as well. But, like the CJ Stroud, it looks like it's a 2003 Leaf Electric auto there, and it got a 9 rating. How much? Obviously, CJ Stroud cards are very valuable cards. He had, offense. He was Rookie of the Year last year on the offensive side of the football. But how much does a value increase on a card like that?
Yeah, that's a cool one because that's a low numbered card as well. I believe there are only about 3 of those running around out there. Now, that one, I'm trying to remember. I believe that's maybe number 2 out of 3, something like that. So yeah, that's a. I think that one went up about $150. Getting it graded, just coming back with a 9 over what it was going to be, just as what we call a raw card, an ungraded card.
Yeah.
I know we had an Acuna card come back that received a pristine 10 grade. There's only one of those out there.
That's a Bowman first, right? Yeah.
Pristine 10. Yes, a 2017 Bowman Acuna. Raw, you can buy that card for $60 or $70. And as a pristine 10, the only one in the market right now is over $2,500.
Wow, that's
because they don't get that grade,
That's huge. That's awesome. And, if people have, you guys can kind of help them through the process, too, whether to actually send that card in to get graded or not. Because, there's a cost associated with sending your stuff in to get graded. And you want to make sure that cost of the potential value increase, that you're not, spending more money to get it graded than the potential value could happen. So if people have questions, should I get this card graded, et cetera, you can obviously help them through that process.
Sure, and it's very similar to what we do with our own cards, which is, sort of look them up like that, see what they're going for, see what you can find on the graded ones, what prices they're getting, and then kind of be realistic about it. Not everything you send off is going to be a 10.
Yeah.
And, you kind of have to do a bit of that sort of risk assessment thing. If you've got a $30 or $40 card, you're going to pay, say $15 to get it graded, and you find that in a 9, say 85% of them are getting 9s, it only sells for $45. Before you really haven't increased the value of the card if that's what you're into it for. Now, if you just want the card preserved for your own collection, you're putting maybe a set together and, some things like that, it really doesn't matter. But we try to look for cards where we go, hey, it's in really good condition, and maybe it's a $50 card now, but if it gets a top grade, a 10, then it's a $300 card. Well, now it's worth, putting the $15 into it
And with some of those, even if it gets a 9, maybe now it's $100 instead of $50. So you've added value to the card.
Absolutely.
But a lot of that just comes down to checking, what's out there. How many of this card are getting graded? A great resource for people who have an online Beckett subscription, which is something people should have in this hobby anyway. A lot of great information there. But you can see what the card is going for, in different grades. But also check how many of each grade have they given out over at Beckett. And Beckett grades a ton of cards, so it's going to be pretty similar with any grading company. So if you look a card up and they've graded 1,000 of them, and say 700 of those got an 8.5 or a 9, that tells you that's the condition they usually see that card in. That also probably means an 8.5 or 9 isn't going to give you a big bump in value.
Because there's so many.
Now, out of that 1,000, if only 15 of them have gotten a 10, now you're going to know that, hey, a 10 is going to be a huge jump in value, but also don't expect it because they're obviously not handing out 10s to a lot of that card.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, the grading process is a huge thing when it comes to, if you dive deep into this hobby. And like you said, it also preserves the card, the way they encase it and seal it up and all that stuff. But again, if you guys are looking to get some cards graded, they are now an authorized CGC dealer, so they can help you get it submitted and get it turned pretty quick. You can also do it on your own too, but from personal experience, having somebody help you with this process, I think, is very, very important. Aaron didn't end up having the big break last night, so still have an opportunity to get in it. When are you guys doing the big break now?
That we're looking at, I don't know at the moment. I would love to keep it on Wednesday. However, obviously, the coming Wednesday is out. Yep. And then, New Year's Day right after that. But it'll be in January. We'll just have to push it back. I just wasn't able to do it Wednesday night. But certainly it's going to happen. It's something we started doing this year, I think, at the very beginning of 2024, and we're going to keep it going through 2025.
Absolutely.
Just, keep making it bigger and better.
So with that being said, you can obviously still get into the next big break. So if somebody's looking for a Christmas present for somebody, or for themselves, they can obviously get a slot in the next big break coming up. So a good opportunity. And of course, you mentioned it, you broke it on the show last week. You guys have a huge giveaway going on, and all you got to do is spend $20 to get entered into that giveaway. Remind everybody what you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're giving away 2 tickets, front row at the 50-yard line, to the NFL Pro Bowl in Orlando, which is, I believe, February 2nd. And it's 2 front row seats, 50-yard line section at the 200 level. You can see the whole field, get a great view of everything going on. All you've got to do to get a ticket in this drawing to win these 2 tickets is spend $20 on anything sports in the shop, whether it's single cards, packs, signed sports memorabilia, anything sports. You get 1 ticket per day, so you can come in every day, buy a $20, pack or whatever, and you can get a ticket each day from now until January 18th for this drawing.
There you go. There you go. Jump in on that. A huge opportunity. You're going to go buy something from Instant Replay anyway, so you might as well get yourself a chance to go see the Pro Bowl in unbelievable seats. Very cool stuff you guys are doing there, Aaron. And then coming up, tomorrow night, you've got Holiday Rip Night. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a special one. I know people have a lot going on, but it's definitely going to be worth coming checking out Rip Night. It's always a fun time anyway. It's a great family-friendly kind of, everybody can participate. We do these little pack wars and some box breaks. We have a lot of giveaways, a lot of prizes. It's just a lot of fun, just a way to put fun back into the hobby and, kind of keep the costs down. And with this being our holiday Rip Night, we are going to offer Rip Night spots. Our bundles, normally it's like $40 to do the entire night. Tomorrow night, we're going to do $25 bundles instead of $40. So kind of saving you some money on that one, and also I think we're going to run it from 5 to 7 instead of 5 to 8. We know people got, we got relatives in town we got to see, we got friends, we got other Christmas obligations and all that. So get in, get out, do some fun pack wars and some breaks at a big discount, and hopefully pick up some cool new cards along the way.
Absolutely.
So we'll be giving away all kind of fun stuff for Rip Night tomorrow night, kind of sort of a customer appreciation at the end of the year kind of thing. And the same with our kids club tonight as well.
Awesome.
We're doing some fun giveaways and stuff for the kids. So bring those kids out tonight at 6 o'clock.
There you go. Kids Club night, Friday night. You guys just do, I mean, you got big breaks, you got the rip nights, you got kids clubs, you got your normal Saturday breaks. You guys are busy when it comes to all these opportunities for your customers. And then, of course, this also huge contest and giveaway as well. Any other kind of, I mean, you got a million things going on, but any other kind of sale stuff going on right now for Christmas?
We do. Yeah, right now we've got a memorabilia sale going on from now through Christmas, signed jerseys and other signed items. And, yeah, basically from now through Christmas, there will be stuff on sale every day here.
And you guys are
definitely check that out.
I'm assuming open Christmas Eve, but just, tell everybody a little bit about your holiday hours. Obviously, people looking for some stocking stuffers, maybe some last-minute gifts. What are your holiday hours for Instant Replay?
Sure. Normal hours until Christmas Eve will close about 4 o'clock. Christmas Eve, then close Christmas Day, and then right back at it, normal hours after that. Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day, only 2 days of the year we close.
There you go. Wow. There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. But, any new releases that I know we're close to Christmas, but anything new that's recently come into the shop? I saw some new wild card packs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So, yeah, we are now an authorized wildcard direct dealer, according to the owner of the company, one of only a handful in the country. We can come and get your authorized wildcard products direct from the source. So we do have some really cool things Wildcard has sent us, in addition to their normal kind of hobby boxes that they do, like Dynamite Football, which is a lot of fun. You can get, like, Patrick Mahomes autos out of that. So it's super cool. They sent us some of these wild card solo packs, and they're 3 different ones. They're all football. It's 1 card in each pack. They're all low numbered. You can get autos, all kind of great players, rookies, current guys, legends. It's a lot of fun. They're like $15 for one
great
pack.
Price
All
point
kind of
for a
cool design.
huge opportunity to get something pretty special. And looking at y'all's Facebook page, which anybody can go out there and follow, that's Instant Replay Cards after Facebook. Looks like you guys pulled a pretty cool Paul Skeens card as well. Let's think from the Press Pass Premium box. Little alliteration there.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. Paul Skeens, it was numbered to, I think, 10.
Yeah, 5 out of 10. Yep.
Fire. Yeah,
cool looking card.
Cool card. Man, there's really, it's kind of like Paul Skeens and Ohtani right now are the 2 guys that you want in baseball. Their stuff is just, it's insane how hot their cards are right now. And we have a ton of both of them. We have a huge selection of Ohtani graded rookies that we've just gotten back, in the last month or so. And, quite a few Skeens as well, several Skeens autos in the shop, and Paul Skeens graded cards and rookies. And also, if you got somebody to shop for, you want a little stocking stuffer, get him a Paul Skeens rookie. Hey, 20 years from now, if he's what they say he is, and, he's
off
going
to a
into
good
Cooperstown
start.
at that point, they'll thank you for it.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, I do know on the wild card side of things, I feel like Wild Card does a little more on-card autographs than some of the other companies. How different does it come on the value side of things if you had the same card, one with an autograph on the actual card versus the sticker being placed on the card?
It does matter somewhat. There's not maybe a huge, it's not like, well, one is always worth 25% more, 50% more, whatever. Some people don't mind. Some of the collectors understand, certain signers maybe don't have a product where they've done an on-card signature. Yeah, I think in general, everyone, sort of the consensus is an on-card signature is preferable to a sticker. And if you have, any given signer, if you could get them on card, that's what you would prefer. But sometimes, it's just not there. Some people just don't sign maybe for the companies that are doing the on-card sets. So, in certain cases, as a collector, we all have our dream thing of what we'd like to have, but there's also the realistic side of you got to take what's out there sometimes and maybe take what you can afford to get for now and, kind of see what happens down the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
So definitely don't miss out on, somebody like, let's say, C.J. Stroud or Paul Skeens or something and say, well, that's on card. That's a sticker auto. I'm going to wait for an on card auto. Well, maybe by the time you've done that, this athlete has accomplished a bunch, and now all of a sudden their cards are worth 3 or 4 times what they were before, and it's like, well, now it's kind of out of your price range.
Yeah, kind of missed the opportunity.
If you just had that sticker auto, it would have gone up as well.
Yep, no doubt. Well, Aaron, we appreciate all the great info. Y'all get out there for holiday rip night tomorrow. Normally $40 for a bundle, just $25. Aaron, we hope you and your family have a very Merry Christmas, and we will be off all next week. All the shows here on ESPN Northwest Florida will be off for the Christmas week, so we look forward to talking to you in the new year, which is still pretty crazy that we're talking about that.
Sounds weird, yeah. That's, yeah. 2025 is right upon us.
2025.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Enjoy your time off. Everybody out there, take care of yourselves. Come down and see us. Got some great stuff on sale. We'd love to see you. And be good. We will talk to you later.
Absolutely. That's Aaron Bearden with Instant Replay Sports Cards. You get down there, get some Christmas presents. If you spend $20, you get a ticket to win front row 50-yard line tickets over there in Orlando for the 2025 NFL Pro Bowl. You guys listen to the Inside Drive. Final segment coming up next.
The new app from ESPN Northwest Florida has up-to-the-minute sports news, interaction with local hosts in real time, easy download and no credit check, live streaming, real-time traffic and programming schedules, 40 miles per gallon, rack and pinion steering, leather interior, and built-in alarm clock.
Here's how to order.
Download our free app from the Apple Store and Google Play.
Dynamite!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job. It's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
Welcome to Suncoast Arms, a better, more personal way to purchase firearms and ammo. Get the best prices, quality, and personal professional advice on firearms and associated products. Now you've got a friend in the business with Suncoast Arms. Call Suncoast Arms for an appointment, 850-276-6111. That's 850-276-6111. And hey, we're online at suncoastarms.com or email skipstoltz@gmail.com.
Pound the like and crush the subscribe. Follow us on social media for the latest sports news, scores, and updates.
And I never get off Instagram or Facebook and think, wow, good for everyone.
Keeping you in the game. It's the Inside Drive with Ryan and Jay. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios at ESPN Northwest Florida.
There are people in this country who work hard every day. Not for fame or fortune do they strive. The fruits of their labor are worth more than their pay. It's time a few of them were recognized. Hello, Detroit auto worker, let me thank you for your time. Yes, sir. Work a 40-hour week for a living. Send it on down the line. Choo-choo.
Hello, Jay. All right. You're starting to play similar songs on your playlist now. And last time you said Bay County workers. This time you threw it back up to Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to, right?
Yeah. Thank your Bay County golf instructors. I mean, pretty much any time you go anywhere where there's a bunch of kids, they've all probably got a lesson from you. And, you know, people are looking for that last-minute Christmas present, Jay, trying to get a little bit better at this horrible, difficult game of golf. Where do they go?
we can stock your stuffing with golfwithjay.com.
Stock your stuffing with golfwithjay.com. All you got to do is, well, I don't know if you can put a website in a stocking, but you can go to the website, get yourself a gift card, and then indeed put that gift card in the stock. I know if I opened my stocking and saw that green gift card from you, I'd be excited.
Would you?
Yeah.
I mean, let's don't tell lies.
No, that's true.
Would you? Okay.
I would give you a hell of a difficult lesson. That is for sure.
Yeah.
I would try to book you on Christmas Day.
Yeah, you would. I know you would, David Hayes.
I'm going to book it next Friday, not next Friday, next Friday from 11 to 12.
Okay, perfect. FaceTime.
Yeah.
FaceTime.
Yeah.
That'll be a FaceTime lesson.
No, you said you'll be here for it, or you'll be in studio that day, so hopefully it's blocked off and I can't book it. But yeah, go to golfwithjay.com. Give yourself the gift of more golf and getting a little bit better about it. Jay, I know you were talking about, the game of golf, and one of the things that's just tough is we can change alignment. We can change our setup without even knowing about it.
Yeah.
And unless you got somebody, watching you and helping you through that stuff, it's very difficult to recognize when your golf swing may just get a little out of sync. And that's why it's so important to work with an instructor.
It is. And look, I mean, I was getting a lesson from, Earl the Pearl yesterday afternoon, and he helped me out tremendously. And
he's fantastic.
He is.
Golfwithearl.com. Just kidding. That guy does not have a website. But maybe we can work on that for him.
I'm still working on him to, use an app or something, but I don't know.
No,
we'll
you're not gonna. You're not gonna.
But no, yeah, it takes two to tango. It takes two for a party. It takes two for a golf lesson.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can take more than two as well.
It could.
But not with you. Golfwithjay.com.
That's right.
Golfwithjay.com. All right, don't forget, coming up at 2:30, we've got the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. That is Florida versus Tulane. I don't know if Hard Rock baited me in earlier, but they had a boost there, plus 135 to Florida to win by 2 touchdowns or more. I bet it. I don't know if it's really going to happen. Tulane's not bad, but I might have got suckered in. Also, Ohio is starting to open this thing up a little bit. It's now 27-7. So I'm thankful that I did not dive into that one. I did want to try to get Ohio minus, I think right before that touchdown happened, they were minus 17.5, which is looking pretty good right now. But yeah, we've got that coming up. And then, of course, the first 12-team playoff game, a big one tonight. The Indiana Hoosiers will be traveling to the snowy, or they already probably traveled, to the snowy South Bend, Indiana for our first playoff game. That is Indiana at Notre Dame. Coverage starts 6:30, or excuse me, kickoff, I believe, is at 6:30. Obviously, we'll switch to that game right after the game between Florida and Tulane is over. And then coming up, we got a triple header both on Saturday and Sunday. We've got college football triple header. That's 3 playoff games. Starts with SMU at Penn State at 11 o'clock. Following that is Clemson at Texas. Going to be beautiful and sunny down there in Austin. And then the nightcap, Tennessee at Ohio State. And if you listened yesterday, old Griffin Fruin, said everybody was a fraud except those Tennessee Volunteers. So we'll see if that comes to fruition, no pun intended, fruition tomorrow as well. But triple header tomorrow, and then of course we've got 3 games on Sunday. We start with the Cardinals at the Panthers, and then that's followed by the 49ers at the Dolphins, and then Sunday night football coverage starts at 6:30 for a 7:20 kickoff. And Cowboys are on primetime again.
They're America's team.
I don't know if they are after this year, but I don't know who's going to take that title. But yeah, and that's the Bucs at the Cowboys. So I know we do have a lot of Buccaneers fans here in the Florida Panhandle. So all 3 of those games right there on ESPN Northwest Florida. And then also we'll have Monday Night Football. That's the Saints at the Packers Monday night. Coverage starts at 6:30, kick at 7:15. And then we've got a boatload of bowl games that'll be going on over the course of the next couple weeks as well. Again, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. No other sports station along the Gulf Coast plays as much live football as we do. High school, college, and NFL. That is the trifecta. All right, Jay, it's Friday. You know what that means.
What's that?
Pick them.
Oh.
We're going to add these 2 beautiful young ladies in here to pick some games as well. If he can pick games, y'all can pick games. We'll see if you can do better than Jay Henley. It's really easy. You just got to give me the name of the team. Not hard. If Jay can do it, y'all can do it.
Yep.
All right, current standings. Jay's got 79. I've got 98. And David Hayes continues to get a bigger lead at, actually not on you, just on me last week. He's got 117 total correct right now. But in a short couple weeks, we'll be awarding 10 points for those division winners, which is probably going to be bad for us, Jay.
When will our season end? When will we go back to zero?
When NASCAR starts, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. February 18th or so, yeah. All right.
I don't know. Last year we just kind of kept it going.
Yeah. Did we?
I was trying to keep it going to see if we could catch him, but it just got more and more. The gap just got bigger, so that backfired. All right, we're going to start with all the games we have right here that I just mentioned. Florida versus Tulane. Do you want any spreads, Jay, or just want to? You just want to pick the game?
I would like to know the spread.
All right, well, I'm glad you asked. Currently, Florida is -10 over Tulane, over under 49.5. Who are you going with, Florida or Tulane?
I'll take the Gators.
I think that's probably a smart decision.
I'll take Florida as well. Keep it nice and swift.
As will I. Ryan, Elizabeth, not me. Florida or Tulane?
Sadly, Florida.
Why sadly? Because you're a Florida State girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Made a lot of. Easton was defending the Seminoles yesterday. He was going up against two Gators right next to him, so it was tough.
It was so funny the day that we found a jersey that had Florida State on it, and I said, "I don't know whose this is. Do you want it?" And he goes, "No."
He said, "No, not this year."
Yeah, normally I would, but no, not this year.
Yeah. Hey, no, you gotta be a fan through and through. Good times, bad times. That's part of being a sports fan. It's not always going to be good. Beth, Florida or Tulane? Florida. All right. Florida sweeping in that one. I'm hoping they win by 14 or more points. All right. Indiana, Notre Dame goes to you first, David. Obviously, we've picked the college football playoff bracket and talked quite a bit about that as well.
I'll be rooting for Indiana absolutely, but I think Notre Dame's going to win the game.
Absolutely. I think that's pretty fair. I am wholeheartedly agreeing with that. Notre Dame is 6.5-point favorite in snowy South Bend, but I'm also going with Notre Dame. I would love to see Indiana win. I know Max is probably very, very excited about this game coming up tonight, being the Hoosier that he is. I'm also going with Notre Dame. Ryan, who you got, Indiana or Notre Dame?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. We debunked all the Rudy myths earlier today on the show, breaking Jay's heart right before Christmas. Beth, who you got, Notre Dame or Indiana?
I'll do Indiana for my friend.
I like it. I like Indiana. Jay Henley.
Patrick Swayze said it best in Ghost. Ditto. I'm going to go ditto with David.
All right, ditto with David.
Yeah.
Sounds like a segment. Ditto with David.
What's your favorite?
Ditto with David.
What's your favorite scene?
When they're both got
they're doing the wheel, the clay pots.
Yeah. It's just I start to tear up a little bit.
Yeah. How many times have you mimicked that in your life? You seem like a pottery wheel kind of guy. We had pottery in high school. It was a class. It was elective, yeah. I've made some pots on the wheel.
See, now
they're not great, but I've done it.
I'm reversing it here. I see more of you.
All right, Christmas present. I need a pottery wheel for Christmas.
Okay. All right.
How about a breakfast sandwich maker?
Ooh, the old breakfast sandwich maker. Thanks, Mom. Oh, the gift that keeps on giving is indeed the breakfast sandwich maker.
Christmas a couple of years ago, and we've laughed about it for years.
Because you got like something spectacular, really, and I was like, ooh, a breakfast sandwich maker. I do like breakfast sandwiches, but I don't need the maker to make them.
He's the maker.
I'm the breakfast sandwich maker, typically. Whew, it's not looking good for Notre Dame. Or actually, that's a stat for Indiana. You might get the Indiana pick there. Indiana's rush defense is fantastic. Obviously, Notre Dame has a great rushing attack as well. All right, we got to keep moving. Next, we've got SMU, Southern Methodist University at Penn State. Could be snowy up there as well. I picked first in this one, although kind of like Notre Dame and Indiana, I'd love to see SMU win, but I don't think they are. We are Penn State. That's my pick. Ryan, who you got, Penn State or SMU?
Penn State, only because of the colors.
Oh, you like the white and navy, huh?
Yes.
They do have very sharp uniforms, a classic college football uniform. -8.5 Penn State is at home in this playoff game. Beth, who you got, Penn State or SMU?
SMU, because my friends love SMU.
Yeah, it's on her car tag. She's an SMU alumni from Dallas, Texas. Jay Henley, who you got?
Oh, boy. Franklin cannot win the big game. That's what I figured out this year, or this week.
That's kind of been his MO.
So SMU it is.
All right.
Yep.
You think he's going to flounder the opportunity?
Yeah.
I would love to see that, but same reasons, Indiana, Notre Dame, I'll go with Penn State here.
Yep, just a lot more talent on the field for Penn State than there is for SMU. But hey, talent doesn't always prevail. Sometimes the opportunity that presented for some of these teams here in the first 12-team college football playoff. All right, next we got Clemson at Texas. Ryan, you get to go first in this one. I believe Texas, let me tell you what they are if you care about the spread. They are 12.5-point favorite. Probably that's the largest favorite out of all the first-round college football games. Who are you going with?
Texas.
Texas. Your brother picked Texas to go to the national championship and I believe win the national championship.
Against Penn State, right?
Yeah, against Penn State. Yeah. Beth, who you got?
Texas.
All right. Jay Henley?
I'm going with Texas. I know which one you're going with, Mullen.
I'm going to stick with what I've been saying all week.
Yeah.
All right, David Hayes.
Texas as well.
Tejas. All right, I am going with the Clemson Tigers. I don't think Quinn Ewers is up for this challenge. I think Dabo is ready to silence the haters and the doubters not using the transfer portal. They still made the college football playoff, and they take down Texas and ruin everybody's bracket. Will it happen? Probably not, but that's who I'm picking, the Texas Longhorns. All right, we got 5 NFL games to pick very, very quickly. We will start, got one more playoff game.
That's irrelevant. What I sent you is irrelevant.
Okay, one more playoff game. Tennessee at Ohio State. I didn't forget about that one, but we do have one more. The spread in that one is 7.5. Tennessee Volunteers. Beth, you go first. Tennessee or Ohio State?
Ohio State.
OSU. Jay Henley?
Tennessee.
You're the only Tennessee.
Oh, thanks, Ryan.
Wait a second.
Oh, wait. Yeah. No. All right, David Hayes.
Tennessee as well.
Tennessee. I'm also going to pick Tennessee in this one because I'm pulling for Griff to make his bracket work with the Tennessee Volunteers, all these other frauds. Ryan, who you going with, Tennessee or Ohio State?
I want Tennessee to win, but I think Ohio State's going to win.
I think that's pretty fair. I mean, on paper, that's probably what the opportunity looks like. All right, Jay, we'll go fast. You're going to pick the 5 NFL games. Texans at the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
All right. Looks like Patrick Mahomes is indeed going to play. Steelers at Ravens.
Steelers.
All right. Eagles at Commanders.
Eagles.
All right. Vikings at Seahawks.
Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings. Jags at Raiders. The battle of two terrible teams.
Raiders.
Trying to see who's getting that first round pick. All right, David, same thing. Texans at Chiefs.
I got Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles, Vikings, Jags.
Chiefs.
Ravens.
Eagles.
Vikings. Jaguars.
The Jaguars. All right. Jags. Type as fast as I can here. All right. All right, y'all have a great Merry Christmas. No afternoon underdogs coming up today. We got lots of college football action between now and tomorrow. And, of course, 3 NFL games on the slate for Sunday. We appreciate you guys hanging out. We will see you guys next. No. The year won't be over yet when we come back. Y'all take care.
Your home for college football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
College football bowl season continues today. First, it's the